y'all? It's your girl, Shema Ladd on Help Me Out, personal development and premarital life coach. Hey, okay, welcome. It's nighttime and I'm sitting in my car. I'll be moving and grooving all day. Moving and grooving. But I want to step in and talk about how to be authentic, how to be real, how to walk in your authenticity and be comfortable with it. Because we all know there's a whole lot of fake people. Fake people. It could even be your sister, your brother, your mama. It could be anybody. There's a lot of fake people. There are people who, like even now, we in a time of truth telling. People real uncomfortable because they've never had to walk in truth and authenticity before. They don't know what that feel like, because walking in truth and authenticity has never been popular. Telling the truth has never been popular. Not ever. And if you go against the grain, you might have about, a group of people come against you, telling you to stay in line. This is how you act, And now that that's being broken down, a lot of people don't know how to do that. And people ask me, how do I do that? I get that question. I'm admired. People admire me because I walk unapologetically about who I am, where I come from, what I represent, whether it was in the streets being a thugged out female or whether it's living for the Lord. It don't matter where I'm at, what scale I'm at. If I'm at the bottom, in the gutter, if I'm in the top, living in mansions, on vacation or whatever. So Shema, don't matter who you is, because I understand who I am. You have to get to the point. Walking in authenticity is simply taking all of who you are without thinking about what other people have said about you in a negative way, that is. Who are you? Who are you? From your mama, your daddy, your granddaddy, your grandparents, on your mama's side, your daddy's side. Good, bad, and ugly. Who are you away from your family, in the streets, with your friends, or your comrades, associates? Who are you? Who are you when you really do the things you love doing that make you shine and make you bright and make you want to stay up all night and do it over and over and over and over and over again? Who are you? Who are you when you see something that irks you, that hurts you to your soul, or that offends you to the point that you're going to do something about it? Like I said, for me, it's kids abusing and molesting and doing stuff to kids. Or you see a whole nother side. I told you to be straight west side. I can't stand people who lie and manipulate when you can just be honest and be authentic. And if you read my book, What Future Me Told Past Me, you'll hear my story. How I ended up having kids with one of the biggest pimps and them D-boys in Vegas. How I ended up with dating, messing around with one of the most hardest, notorious gangsters in Las Vegas, Nevada. How did I end up, all these things? You read about stuff in my book. But you take all of who you are, and you're going to have people who look at you in a negative light because they know of your past. You're going to have people that never knew of your past, and they look at you and they might even try to play with you or disrespect your kindness and your humbleness for weakness. So you got to learn how to find that balance in between the two, but take all of who you are. Don't worry about what nobody say around you, because at the end of the day, they're not paying your bills. If you end up in the hospital 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be there for you. They're not finna take care of your kids. I can tell you what my family did to me and my kids when my father passed. You can't listen to what everybody else thinks about you, because if you did, you wouldn't get nowhere. Luckily, my father told me who I was in a sense, because I watched him, the wealthiest man in my family, the most inspirational man in my family, the most wealth building man in my family. So I grew up watching him inspire people. I grew up watching people always coming around wanting to da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm a daddy's girl and a tomboy. I can get real feminine and soft and gentle and all of that stuff. And then I got the other sides. Take all of who you are, your good, your bad, and your ugly. And don't let nobody condemn you for it. Not even the government. Not even whoever you putting above God. Do not let them downplay all of your everything that makes you you. You gotta be able to stand on all of that. And when you do that, it gives you a stronger voice to speak. Because now nobody can't come tell me nothing. Because I understand fully. Now I'm saying fully, but I'm still growing. There's more levels. I'm always gonna be upgrading. But get my book, What Future Me Told Past Me. Do the worksheets in it, and it will walk you through a lot of stuff, in a spiritual sense too. It's a workbook as well, and so you write. It makes you think. It makes you look depths deeper in yourself. You want to know how to be authentic, unapologetically authentic, and know that people will accept you and people will love you and people will, it's always going to be haters and naysayers because they don't want to see you change. They don't want to see you glow up. They don't. But for you to be authentic, it can be a lonely walk, because my walk is lonely unless it's all work. My life is all work, pretty much. Whether it's doing music videos, collaborating, modeling, acting. I know other actors. I know other, but I don't hang out with them because I'm on to the next project and the next thing. And that could be even with my kids, because I'm teaching my kids. Start this website. What products are you going to sell? My daughter sold a whole entire bucket hat line. A clean. Got fur in it, got swag. She when I say she made a whole summer line of hats. She sold with herself. Because I started putting her in sewing classes when she was younger. Invest into your children. The government ain't going to tell you to invest in your children, but invest in your children. Start them off early with something to give them a good platform to be competitive, highly competitive, and to be ahead of the game. They can be 3, 4, 5, 6. Start them off young and pay for it out your pocket if you got to. Figure out some way, trade services off of something. Get your kids in something. Give them something. And so my father gave me so much. All the activities, all the travel, everything we did. So yeah, I'm a tomboy. I'm a daddy's girl. And I get the same questions my father got. The men, specifically, men, they always ask me, at least once, twice, 3 times a year, a grown men that are around me when I'm working in my different arenas, if they're frequently seeing me, they always ask me the same question. They ask me, can I ask you a question? I was like, what's that? Why do you work so hard? And at the first time I had that question, I didn't understand it. I'm like, what do they mean? I said because I like having things. I don't know. I like traveling. I like my kids to travel. I like doing things. And the second time I got that question, I had the same look on my face. And the third time and the fourth time, I'm like, all these men is asking me this. So I am truly the product of being raised by a man. You looking at the product of being raised by a real true man. My daddy was a hunter. He killed a big old buffalo. You hear me? We was eating buffalo and veal, and he's a man, all the way 100% man. So You So when men come to me with questions, I know it's only because they see the handiwork of my father on me. And I get the same responses to men. When I go to work, sometimes I'll post up in a barbershop doing nails, post up in a barbershop, and all the barbers, once the fellas get to know me, they be like, I like her. She cool, I like her. She think like a dude. She think like a man. I'm like, Daddy, what did you do to me? Because I don't see how my dad raised me. Whatever he did to me to make men respond to me and ask me the same questions all the time, all I know how to do is work and grind and grind. And my daddy told me, baby, keep throwing oatmeal against the wall. It's something gonna stick. Baby, he told me a whole lot of things. But you're looking at the product of a true daddy's girl. So I have to take all that into account, because I can walk into a room and it's full of women who are just feminine women. They have both parents and were raised by both. I was primarily just my father. And so I see the differences between me and other females, the ones that are super, super feminine. If you're not super, super feminine, don't let that knock you. Do not. Do not. Just practice and work on getting some. Get some. There's no law, nothing saying that you can't get some. Okay, you can get some, because I had to get more feminine. And there's some that are more feminine.